Hey, this is JC and welcome to Small Brick City. This is update number 2 of a skyscraper project that I'm working on. At first glance, there don't seem to be many changes, but trust me, I did do quite a bit of a rebuild and I'll go through all the changes in this video. First, a shout out to all the subscribers and viewers who commented on the first build. Many people did like the overlapping design of the windows that I had. It gave texture to the build and made it more interesting. However, Brick Bakery and Max Clark did point out that the overlapping design was also a bit too busy and made it difficult to look inside the build. So I've actually changed it up a bit and I'll show you the details in just a bit. Max Clark also gave many useful pointers which I've incorporated in this update. One is to recess the front of the building a bit more to give more of a depth in terms of the sidewalk. This meant I changed the dimensions of the building slightly, but I think it's for the better. Max also suggested that I continue the grey masonry bricks vertically up for each floor, and that's what I've did. I do believe it does improve the visual design, although it does change the original concept of my build, but I'm pretty happy with this. I did, however, change this bottom column for the front to be a corner column in the sense that there are masonry bricks on both sides, and what I did was use an alternate build of 1x1 bricks and the 1x2 masonry bricks, so it's staggered and alternated up to form this 3 brick column on both sides. I think that gives it a much more uniform look, especially if you look at it from the side over here. So thanks to everyone who gave their comments. I'll go through all the different changes I did now, and if you have any comments or feedback or improvements to be made, please let me know in the comments below. Here's a clearer look at the expanded front sidewalk for the building. I've recessed the building more to give a wider sidewalk, and this actually lines up better with the rest of Metro City. It also makes the front facade much more grand because it's more recessed, there's more space. So I'm really happy with that suggestion from Max. As a result, of course, the depth of the building is more shallow, but that's great because I save on parts and I don't think it affects the functional use of the space on the inside. I still do have a lot of space to work with on the inside. Another change that I did was to the windows. In the original design, I had all the windows overlapping, but it resulted in a very busy look. Now for this ground floor, it may still look busy, but that's simply because it's a bit dark on the inside. If I pull this here, you might be able to see the changes. I've only got the overlap on the outside sides of each floor. The center of each floor, there's no overlap, and this will be really apparent when I pan up to the other floors that I've done. I've only done partial floors, but you can clearly see now there's the overlap on the outer sides of each floor, but the center column, there's no overlap, and this makes it really clear. You can see inside, yet I retain that artistic design and still make the side facade to be interesting. And I'm going to do that for the front as well, so there is going to be a complementary look. So there's some uniformity. You can see the overlap on the sides, but there's no overlap in the center. So overall, I save on parts, which is great, which means I probably can do even more floors of the parts that I've ordered, and yet we still get an interesting but clear look into the skyscraper. Now I'm still waiting on parts, and that's why I haven't completed it. I need more frames, I need more plates. Deceptively, this uses a lot of parts, and because there's so much uniform design, you can't really change much in terms of different parts usage. So I do need multiple pieces of the same parts to create the same look. At this point, I still haven't decided what I want this building to be. Many subscribers have given excellent suggestions, and I do want to incorporate many of those ideas into the build, and I probably will, but at this point I'm just focused on getting the structure right and the main building done. So this particular lion head is just a placeholder. I do like it because it gives a very grand, stately and majestic look to the building, but it also can look quite old-fashioned. But it's just a placeholder. I could easily remove this and I can make it the headquarters for my Dos Pimientos taco restaurant business. Of course, I don't think so. It does look a bit out of place, but that's my point. It could be anything I want, and I could create some kind of 3D sign to best represent it. Maybe you can give suggestions, because maybe the 3D sign would drive the overall look and business of this building. So what kind of 3D sign do you think I should put here? For those of you who did not watch the first video for the skyscraper, here's the look at the back of the skyscraper. There's not much of a change. I did have to rebuild it slightly to accommodate the different depth of the building, but functionally it's still the same. There's a back door over here. The look of the back is the same, and this is an elevator shaft. And I've built an elevator which can manually dismantle in my hands, just like that. Luckily, no one died because they were just on the ground floor, but I think we've got it repaired, and the minifigs are still refusing to get out of the elevator. But basically it's constructed with a Technic connector, and we can manually raise the elevator just like that to each floor. And this can come up all the way, and here's the elevator. I tried to build it using frames as well, but it just makes it way too small and too claustrophobic. So I'm just going to stick with this particular open design, and we'll just assume, you know, for a Lego building this works because of the size as well, and they can safely go up and down the shafts because there'll still be enclosures on the sides. But that's the elevator, and it would run from the ground floor all the way to the roof of the skyscraper. I hope you enjoyed this update to my skyscraper. As mentioned, if you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. And do stay tuned for the next update, because once I get the parts, I'll build up the skyscraper, and hopefully we'll have an overview look of the completed structure. And then we can confirm the concept and business of the building, and then detail each and every floor. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.